Welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. This is Steve once again, and today we're going to talk about the actress, famous movie star, Veronica Lake.
Veronica Lake was born Constance Frances Marie Okelman on November 14, 1922, in Brooklyn, New York. Her father, Harry Okelman, had worked for an oil company aboard a ship. He died in an industrial explosion in Philadelphia in 1932. Lake's mother then married Anthony Keene, a newspaper staff artist, in 1933, and Lake began using his surname. In 1938, her family moved to Beverly Hills, California, and Lake attended the Bliss Hayden School of Acting. After getting parts in several RKO pictures, Lake attracted the interest of Fred Wilcox, an assistant director who shot a screen test and showed it to producer Arthur Hornblow Jr., who was looking for a new girl to play the part of a nightclub singer in a new military drama that was called I Wanted Wings in 1940. The role would make Lake, still in her teens, a star. Hornblow changed the actress's name to Veronica Lake. According to him, her eyes, calm and clear like a blue lake, were the inspiration for her new name. It was during the filming of I Wanted Wings that Lake developed her signature look. Lake's long blonde hair accidentally fell over her right eye during a take and created sort of a peekaboo effect. I Wanted Wings was a big hit. The hairstyle became Lake's trademark and was widely copied by women. She later appeared in several great movies, including Sullivan's Travels, This Gun for Hire with Alan Ladd. The pairing of Lake and Ladd was very popular, and they also did 3 more pictures together: The Glass Key, The Blue Dahlia, and Saigon in 1948.
I've read that Alan Ladd wasn't very tall, and that was one of the reasons why Veronica Lake and him were very well matched, because she was only about 4'10", and he was only like 5'6". Other times when Alan Ladd was in pictures, like with Sophia Loren, they had to have her stand in a depression or a little walk in a ditch, or other times they would build ramps for them to walk side by side, and Alan Ladd would walk on the ramp. So that's why Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd were a great screen couple as far as their physical appearance.
At the peak of her career, she was earning $4,500 a week. Veronica Lake was considered to be difficult to work with, however, causing many male lead actors to refuse to work with her. Her mother had claimed that as a child she was diagnosed with having schizophrenia. Veronica Lake's career faltered after losing her Paramount Studio contract. Lake's first marriage was to art director John S. Detley in 1940. They had a daughter, Elaine, and a son, Anthony. Lake's son was born prematurely after she tripped on a lighting cable while filming a movie. Anthony died on July 15, 1943. Lake and Detley divorced in December of 43. In 1944, Lake married film director Andre de Toth, with whom she had a son, Michael, and a daughter, Diana. Lake and de Toth divorced in 1952. In September 1955, she married songwriter Joseph Allen McCarthy, and they were divorced in 1959. Lake was interested in flying and actually earned her pilot's license in 1946. Her career continued to decline after she appeared in Stronghold in 1951. Lake sued for unpaid wages on the film, and her and de Toth filed for bankruptcy that same year. The IRS later seized their home for unpaid taxes. On the verge of a nervous breakdown and bankrupt, Lake ran away, leaving de Toth. She took his plane, which she had bought for him, and flew solo between Los Angeles and New York. After leaving New York and going to Europe, she performed in summer stock theater and in stage roles in England. In October of 1955, she collapsed in Detroit, where she had been appearing on stage. After her third divorce, Lake drifted between cheap hotels in New York City and was arrested several times for public drunkenness and disorderly conduct. In 1962, a New York Post reporter found her living at the all-women's Martha Washington Hotel in Manhattan, working as a waitress downstairs in the cocktail lounge. She was working under the name of Connie de Toth. In 1966, she had a brief stint as a television hostess in Baltimore, Maryland, along with a film role in Footsteps in the Snow. In the late 1960s, Lake wrote a book entitled Veronica, the Autobiography of Veronica Lake. Her final film was Flesh Feast in 1970, a low-budget horror movie. In June of 1973, while traveling in Vermont, Lake visited a local doctor, complaining of stomach pains. She was diagnosed as having cirrhosis of the liver as a result of her years of drinking, and on June 26, she checked into the University of Vermont Medical Center. Sadly, she died there on July 7, 1973, of acute hepatitis and acute kidney injury. She was only 50 years old. She was cremated and her ashes were scattered off the coast of the Virgin Islands.
There's a wild story that someone had found some of Veronica Lake's ashes in an antique store in New York City. Now that's weird. Hey, listen, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again next time, unless I come to my own sad ending.